Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you said the word commitment and I was like, "Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't like it." And then I realized a lot of the things that I was working towards, that's exactly what was blocking me. So I will write that down for my tapping session.
Oh, I'm a huge commitment phobe, I feel like, when it comes to Gemini, because it's like this air sign. I want to be free. I want to have fun. And I'm a Gemini rising. So I have my wounded healer in Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising. I love my freedom. And like before I was going to get married, I was having mental and emotional breakdowns because I was so afraid of the commitment. This is going to be forever. It's why one of the reasons why I don't have any tattoos. Because I'm like, wait, on my body forever? It just freaks me out. So I've had to do a lot of work around my relationship to commitment and what that means for me. And even that day, I came up with new words. Like I knew I wanted to focus on that month, but the night before, I'm very connected to my dreams. I have very prophetic dreams. I had this dream that just brought up these feelings, and I was like, oh yeah, like when I think of commitment, I think of betrayal. I think of mistrust. I think of pain for myself. Just being able to really look at how do I feel about these words is really powerful. And yeah, I
Yeah.
would invite anyone who's listening to this to think about how they relate to commitment and just all the yucks. Like, what are all the yucks about this word that I'm feeling?
Yeah, I
So,
was really connected to overcommitting myself before my spiritual awakening. And then when I realized I was a manifesting generator, which you are as well, and that we have a sacral response, like we aren't really meant to commit to things. It's more of a like, do I get a uh-huh or do I get a uh-uh? Knowing that can change. And so I think once I learned that that's how my design is and people ask me to do things, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to give you an answer. So I went from overcommitting and burning myself out. So I just wonder, like that being a manifesting generator with our sacral, like that's how we should make decisions when we realize that it is hard because we really aren't meant to fully commit to anything because our energy is just always moving and going.
I appreciate you saying that because I remember when I was going through my certification and my mentors were just talking about the business side of things and like, oh, you got to really commit to a very specific niche. I drove myself crazy, and I'm
Mm.
honestly still a part of me feels that tension, but I think I finally have come to a place where I'm like, okay, if I can commit to a mission that is a little broad, leaves room and space for me to move within it, I still need to commit to something.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's the challenge, is that balance of like, okay, remembering that definitely when I've committed to something, I've received freedom. And I have to
Yeah.
keep reminding myself, like my relationship, I'm the most free I've ever been in my relationship. And I thought that was something that would be taken away from me. When it comes to my business, I get to be open with that too. And why I was like, okay, if I just have this mission, I want to help women become emotionally free and empower them, turn their limitations into possibilities, and really just help them shine. I could do that in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So that has been a journey.
I hated the whole niche factor of the business. I hated it, and I was like, I can't. And
Yeah.
and I realized the connection with mine. It's like helping people understand how they're designed so that they can be the best version of themselves. And it's like, oh, that's how it's all connected. But it leaves the possibility of that flowing to differently for everyone. Knowing that we are built this way and that there's not anything wrong with us, and that who's telling us that we have to niche, they're probably not a manifesting generator. Welcome to Float Activity, the channel that guides you on a transformative journey towards spiritual wisdom, self-development, and healing practices, all aimed at elevating your intuition and aligning you with your soul's purpose. I'm your host, Kara Dempsey, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me as we learn together. Please subscribe and share this with a friend to help grow my channel. I appreciate you, and we'll chat soon.